So in this season in your life, man, you're going to have to rely on that faith. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to rely on that faith. You're going to have to rely on what God told you, on what you know God told you. And see, a lot of us, we know what God told us. We know the things that God said he was going to do. But our lack of faith causes us to not fully rely on God. Because our faith lacks in certain areas, we can't trust God to do exactly what he said he was going to do. And that's why the Bible talks about faith pleases God. Faith moves God, right? Because faith shows God that you trust him, that you rely on him, right? I'm in a position in my life where I'm starting to rely on God for almost everything right now in my life. Why? Because I know that I can't do it. I know that there's certain things that I want in this life that I just can't do by myself. And I have to rely on God. I have to rely on the fact that he knows more. I have to rely on the fact of knowing that he can do more for me than I could do for myself, right? I know that thing that he told me I can't do by myself. I have to rely on God. I have to build my faith up, right? And see, most of us, my bad, y'all. Most of us is in a season just where we just need to activate our faith, right? For some of us, God has taken us out of a certain job or is taking us out of a certain relationship or just certain things in life, and we have to rely on God, right? If you see back in my last video, I got fired from my job, right? And so right now I'm in a season where, yes, I left the job that was causing me pain, that was causing me to have just certain type of depressions, that was causing me to just go through mental things in my mind, right? Yes, I left that, but now I'm in a position where I don't have no income, right? Where I don't have no finances really. And so now I'm having to depend on God. And it goes back to the book of Exodus where the people left Egypt, but then they was telling Moses like, bro, you took us out of Egypt and now we're like in the desert finna die. It was better for us to stay back in Egypt. At least we had food. At least we had water, right? Yes, they put us in slavery. Yes, we was bound, but dang, man. And see, that's the mindset we cannot have with Christ is, dang, God, at least I had money. At least I had a home over my head. At least I had clothes on my back. Yes, I was in bondage. Yes, I might have been in sin, but dang, at least I had that. That's the mindset we can't have, because that shows that we cannot trust that God knows what he's doing. I'm telling my own self this. If I sit here and complain about, man, I don't have money. Man, I don't have the money to do this. Man, it's going to be a little tough to do this. That means I don't trust God. Now, yes, we are human beings and we have to live. We need money to survive in this type of life. But ultimately, if we know that we serve an almighty God who is in control of the universe, who is in control of the money flow, who is in control over whether we live or die, we are in good hands. We are in good hands. You have to know in your situation, yes, you may have a lack. Yes, you may have a need. But you have to know that God fulfills all your needs. God fulfills all your lacks, right? He's a mother to the motherless. He's a father to the fatherless. Yo, he fills in what you need. He comes through when he comes through. And we have to fall back on our faith, and we have to go back and ask ourselves, do we really trust God? Do we really trust God? Right? The Father said that you only need faith the size of a mustard seed, right? So that means our faith, that means we just need a little bit of faith. You just need a little bit of faith, bro. Your little bit of faith can move mountains. Your little bit of faith can cause you to be in rooms that you never thought you could be in, right? Your little bit of faith can literally move the hand of God. Faith pleases him, right? What does a father do when they're pleased with their child? They do more for them. They buy them more things, right? They just do more for them in general. It's the same way with our Father in heaven. Yes, we're not just trying to have faith so he can do stuff for us, but we need to have faith in God and knowing God, even if I don't have money, I know that you're with me, right? Even right now, I know I don't have the finances right now, but I know he's with me. I know he makes a way out of no way. And bro, you got to remember that God is always with you. God wants you to trust him. Even when it don't look like it's going to happen. That's when God really wants you to trust him, right? Bro, you got to remember, or you got to know that God likes to flex. like something I learned is God likes to flex. God likes to show, like, you know, I'm Big G. So God will allow your situation to look real bad, bro. Like he'll sometimes he'll let your situation look real bad just so he can get all the glory. So whenever you do get in that position that you want to be in, you can't say you did it. You can't say, oh, you know, I put myself in this position. No, you have to say the Father who is above, right? He did it for me because I have faith in him. He did it for me. So you got to go back to your faith, man. You got to go back to, man, God, I trust you, even when it don't look like it's going to happen. And yo, that ain't easy. That ain't easy. But you have to remember what God told you. You have to remember his word. You have to remember the things that he said to you, because the things that he said to you is going to allow you to continue and grow in your faith, right? The Bible tells us that faith comes by hearing. You have to hear God. What did he say? What did he tell you? What did he tell you? Yo, when I was back in my job, I heard God. God told me I was going to get fired. I know God told me that. God told me I was going to get fired, and it came to pass. But I trusted God that God was going to bring me out of it. Because of everything I was going through at the shop, I know God told me not to leave. Don't go find another job. God told me to stay put where I was at. And so now, coming out of the flip side, I think that I trust God. Because now I'm out this situation. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I learned more in that situation. And so some of us, we just need to keep going. We just need to keep striving, keep having faith, even when it's hard. Faith is supposed to be hard, bro. That's something I'm learning. Faith is supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be tough to have faith in God, bro. But you got to keep striving. That's just a part of the life that we chose. That was part of the contract deal. You're going to have faith, and it's going to be hard. Romans tells us that. James tells us that. The Bible tells us to have joy when we're going through many trials and tribulations, because our faith is being produced. Our faith is going to the next level. We have to continue to have faith in our Father. Have faith in what he told you to do, man. Have faith in the dreams that he showed you. Have faith in those things and know that he's with you. Know that he's going to help you prosper, right? Know that you cannot leave this earth without the will that he said on your life comes to pass. That's my mindset. I can't leave because God has told me certain things that has to happen. I heard God's voice. I heard him. And you have to be in that posture, man. Like, I heard what God told me. I know what God said. So I have to prosper. I have to prosper. I have to have my faith on the next level. So that way God can move in my life. God can't move if you ain't got no faith, because certain things, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you gonna need faith with. Certain things that I want in this life, I'm gonna need faith. I can't do this shit by myself. I need faith, right? I need God's hand to move on my life. So I just want to say also, man, I love talking to y'all. I just love ministering to y'all, because these are real things that I go through in my everyday life. And so to be able to share with y'all things that's going through in my life, I really appreciate it, right? Because I know these videos are impacting somebody. Somebody is watching this and their lives are being changed. Their mindsets are being changed, right? So I appreciate y'all for watching this video, man. I want us to keep growing our faith. Don't be like the people that was in the desert. Yes, they had a right to think that way because we're human, but don't be like the people in the desert. Make it to the promised land. Make it to the promised land. Right? Yes, God brought you out of that, but God can bring you out of this too. right? God didn't stop being God. Excuse me. God didn't stop being God once he brought you out that situation. He's still God. He can still bring you through. He can still put you in places that you never thought you could be in. He can still put money in your pocket that you never thought you could have. He could put you in certain rooms to be able to help your community. He can literally do, and he can do the impossible. What you deem impossible is possible to God is just such an understatement, but what you deem as impossible is possible to God. Because he is God. He's our Father. Our Father is a possible Father. All things work together for the good of those who love Christ and are called according to his purpose and will. I think that's the last part of it. But nah, man, I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Let's go.